All right, this tutorial is about creating a very simple, adaptable beam, much like our pipe, but I'm sure all of you have probably tried ways of drawing boxes, and sometimes the beam twists and turns and never seems to lay out the way you want. So I'm going to go into generic model, and I'm going to set 2 points just like we do with the beam or the pipe. Make them adaptive, put a reference line, make sure 3D snaps on, make sure it connects between those two. I'm going to then drop 2 points again on here. I tend to grab one, flip it the other way. I'm going to grab both. They're each pointing to each end. I can now say segment length, and just like the pipe, I'm going to make this adaptive so that we have an offset that we can control later as a pipe. Now, unlike the pipe where we would just drop the circle and diameter here, what we're going to do is set points, and I'm going to SW, tab until we get flat, put it on top, it gets matte, SW, tab, select it, drop it. Okay. Now, we can pull that up, and I tend to just pull it up. We make sure it works by moving this around and noticing that they move with their corresponding points. This is important that it's not just on the horizontal plane of the reference line, it's actually on the plane of that point that's controlled, right? So now we have a logic of the point is hosted so distance back on the line, this is hosted on that point. So now I can grab both of these, and I can say they're controlled by their offset. We're going to switching programs control. There we go. Both are controlled. Offset. We're going to make this beam depth. And that'll be a type. Okay. Okay. They should adjust a little bit. Now they're the same. Now we're going to take a reference line and create just a simple box. Escape, grab that, create, box. It's automatically shifting off to one side, right, because it extrudes one way. I didn't have to click away, I just want to say a lot of times if you accidentally didn't grab it, make sure you grab that plane again so you get that, you see its control. We're not controlling it with this, we're controlling it logically. So what we have is the positive offset is 2 feet up here. I'm going to make that a new parameter, I'm going to say half. I'm going to make this an instance because we want it to be controlled by something later. Okay, that's what's coming off this side. I want to control the negative offset. And I'm going to say, half again. We're using the same parameter for both of those, right? Now we're going to go to the guts of this, which is the logic. I'm going to make one more that's going to say beam width. Okay, to make sure I do it correctly, I'm going to grab a copy. And let's put this beam width at 1 foot, okay? But we're going to go into half and paste that beam within so we know we got it right. Divide by 2, should go to 6 inches, apply, apply. We have a perfect beam that will move and be adapted to these 2 points. Now what's nice is if you want, so it's center line because we went half and half each way. It's also at the bottom. If you want it to be along the top, so like top of beam, what I'll usually just do is just come in and say beam depth right now is, let's say, 2 feet. We see that go 2 feet there, but if we want it to be, we can just do minus 2 feet. And we get it to be top of beam. So structurally, a lot of times we work with top of beam quite a bit. To me, I'll file save as a family. I get into my, where I have my basic components, so the Imperial, I made my folder, basic components. I already have one of these made, but P&D 2-point adaptive beam, save. Yeah, I'm saving over my existing. Now, as a little world, I opened up a conceptual mass. So I just have 2 lines in here, both divided. The divided here is controlled by a parameter. I've made them the same, that way I have the same number of points on each. So in this, I'm going to load this in, and I'm going to grab 1 point in and 1 point in. Now this is what happens with most people. You come in here, like, oh, it's not the way I want, and if I array it right now, it's twisting and turning, and it's not doing, it's laying flat, it's not the way you want, And we always think about rotating, but really it's about setting the logic with which it's coming in. So I can either tab and jump back in, and I can grab these two. And right now they're on instant, so it's looking at the point that it's being set at. Think of the instant being the thing that it's attaching to. Host is the object, which would be the lines that those points are on. Global, so we kind of want global Z host XY. Apply, load into project. Override existing, and bam, perfect. Okay, the nice thing about this is you might have lots of different size beams. Right now we have the family, we have this, right? Here's the actual object. I can click on this and I can say duplicate. Let's say 4-foot beam. It's like a deep beam, right? So now watch, if I double click on that, I can come in and say, and I'm gonna have this 4-foot one go up 4 foot. And it's gonna be 2 feet wide. Okay, now, I can actually come in here. What if I just tab, I grab this one, tab, control this one, tab, control this one. And I say, I want those to be 4-foot beam. So now they're moving, adjusting as this. So what's interesting here, actually, this will be a nice little touch. Right now, these, when I put global, they're always going vertical, as we can see here. Sometimes we do want them to be along the edge, which then that would be host. This would be, let's say, structurally, they're always falling in plane. So this is how we'd want to create multiple beams and have different sizes. I would name each one and give different parameters, alter the parameters for them.